If you haven't had an opportunity to watch Captain America Civil War, stop listening now. Major spoilers, here we go. We're going to start from the end of the movie and then work our way back. Not the very, very end, but I just want to talk about the Stan Lee cameo, and that is Stan Lee is a FedEx delivery person, and he calls Tony Stark Tony Stank. He says, is Tony Stank there? Excelsior. It was actually so funny because the whole entire movie, I wasn't even thinking about, I said, where's Stan Lee at? And that didn't even come into my mind. And then all of a sudden it happened, and, the thing that you were not even realizing that you were missing, you now know, okay, damn, I was missing that, man, and you really just appreciated it, man. And we'll talk about what was inside of the FedEx package, and we'll go into depth on that, man. We are talking about the 1 hour and 45 minute mark all the way down to the 1 hour and 27 minute mark. There are there is a post-credit scene. We're talking about a Marvel movie. You should know that. You should stay, for that, and hopefully you did. And if you didn't, then go watch it again. 145, man. Buck and Captain America, man, they're in the Quinjet and they're heading to this location. The location is where the origin of the original, the origin of the Winter Soldier is, and that's going to probably most likely run them into what is his name? Zemo. Yeah, keep calling him Nemo for some reason, and then Zemo, and then Zorro or something like that. But it's Zemo, and that should hopefully end this movie pretty well, man. Okay. 147, man, Black Widow and Iron Man, they talk and maybe cut cords and ties, and Black Widow actually tells Tony Stark, she says, maybe you should watch your back. I wouldn't be the only one that's out there, watching your back. You better be watching your back, because something's coming for you. She kind of gives him a warning and a threat. 146, man, War Machine gets an MRI and a CAT scan, and Vision feels grief, and you can actually really feel that in that scene. It was really powerful, man. This kind of sucks, man. I was really pissed off about this, man. War Machine is paralyzed. All right, so don't know what that's gonna do with Don Cheadle. Whatever. We're not going to talk about that because that's going to get me pissed off, and I don't want to be pissed off, man. I want to, finish this movie review and go on with my life, and still feel happy, okay? Because after the movie's over with, I do feel a little happy. I'm a little disappointed, but I am still happy, though, okay? So anyway, 148, man, Tony is talking to Zemo, and Tony is tracking Zemo, and we find out that, that Captain America was right all along, and then Tony Stark comes up with this idea to try to rectify the situation, man. Then all of a sudden you have Tony heading out into the middle of the ocean to go find the Secretary of State to maybe talk to the Avengers that are locked up, and that'll put him on the track to actually get to Captain America. 149, the Red Book is shown again, and the Winter Soldier origin location. That's where we're back at. It's at the very beginning of the movie, and once again, I talk about this a lot. Each scene has its own, is contained within its own self, okay? The way that I divided up the movie. And the beginning of the movie tells the end of the movie, okay? And you should pick up on this. It's really not that difficult. It's not a difficult movie to track and trace. And I think that's probably why people are really, loving these Marvel movies, because it doesn't take any fucking sort of intelligence to figure this out, man. Okay, no disrespect to people that are Marvel Cinematic Universe fans, but there's nothing tricky about it. They show you everything within the first 15 minutes of the movie, and you should be able to figure it out. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna continue on. All right, Tony goes out there at 150, man. Tony arrives at the Ocean Prison. Ocean Prison is pretty good, man. Really good CGI. I'm thinking to myself, either they saved the CGI for the ocean and for the fight, the last fight scene, and that's where all the money went to, which doesn't make any sense because the beginning of the movie just fell apart because of that reason, man. But, the CGI going into this ocean was, really, really great. Inside of this prison, this is where This is where Tony Stark is informed after he talks to Falcon, where Captain America is located at, and then we find out that the people that are in prison are Hawkeye, Ant-Man, and Falcon, and also Scarlet Witch. It's really depressing seeing them in there. It's almost something out of Smallville, if you remember, with what Lex Luthor was doing. Man, it's horrible when you imprison any of these enhanced humans or these enhanced individuals that they're calling them. Let me see. 154, man. Stark leaves on a mission, and that mission is to go to get Captain America. At 155. Tony Stark lays his seat back and then transforms into Iron Man. It was one of the dopest, most original ideas I can think of, and it's so Tony Stark. He just leans back into his seat. The seat turns into Iron Man, or the seat contains the material that puts him inside of the suit. I don't know how to even describe it. It was dope as shit. And then after that, he flies out the back of the helicopter, and he's on his mission, man. As soon as he gets out of the scene, as soon as he flies out of the scene, what was very surprising and what I loved about this is because, if you're a fan of Black Panther, you understand this, man. Wakanda is the most advanced civilization in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Black Panther is one of the strongest characters. His civilization has done more for the world than any other fucking civilization ever, and I love it. They nailed the shit, and they didn't hide it. Black Panther is inside of an airplane. And the airplane is undetectable to Tony Stark's technology, to U.S. government technology. He's just chilling in this plane, and he follows Tony Stark, man. Awesome. Outstanding. Perfect, man. And as soon as they make it HD, to where I can take a screen cap, man, I'm putting that as my profile picture, man, or my banner, because it just people need to see that, man. That was dope as shit, man. I really love that. 156, man. Bucky and Cap, get some buddy cop moments. And then 157, Iron Man arrives to talk to Cap, man. They're thinking that it's an ambush, man, by Zemo, and it turns out to just be Tony Stark. And once again, majority of the stuff that we're seeing inside of this 145 mark all the way to the end of the movie at 127, there's really nothing new, guys. It's all from the trailers. There's really nothing, to be honest, there's really nothing new, man. That's what we end up happening. 157, man, Iron Man mentions Manchurian Candidate. I really like that one. That was pretty awesome, man. Iron Man, Captain America, and Bucky, they team up. Iron Man tells Bucky, lower your weapon, man, because it's getting pretty ridiculous. This is supposed to be a ceasefire, man. Just lower your weapon, man. 209, man. Let me see. The famous scene. He's my friend, and then so was I, and I can do this all day. That happens at 209. At 110, at 210, it's all over. The fight stops. Captain America drops his shield. Iron Man is defeated. The Winter Soldier's arm is cut off, and that's literally the end of the movie, man. What happened or not the end of the movie, but the end of the fight scene? What happened in between, I guess you could say, 157 and 210 is that Zemo, we find out that Zemo is from Sokovia, and the December 16th, 1991 is the day that Tony Stark's parents died. So once again, going back to the beginning of the movie, you should have picked this up. The Winter Soldier presses the car. The car was kind of how do you want to say it? The car had technology in it that was more advanced than anything we've seen before. So we knew the connection already, guys. We knew this already because we remember back to who created this, who helped do all this stuff was the serum back in the Winter Soldier serum or the how do you want to say it? The super serum it always came from Tony Stark. It always came from that family. You know what I'm saying? So we knew this already. We knew that the Winter Soldier had killed Tony Stark's parents. We knew this. We knew this. It's too easy. Too easy. All right. We knew this at the beginning of the movie. There was really no reason for that. And my thing is too. I'm not going to get into it too much, but I just want to say this. DC Comics, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, Marvel Comics, Captain America: Civil War, both had something to do with parents. What the fuck? Like, seriously. whose idea was original? Which one came? I want to investigate this too, because I want to find out, what's the reason behind this. How are critics saying that this is better than Batman v Superman, which they're not even better than each other. They're to me they're identical movies. It's just one's going the opposite direction. One has an alien and a super a billionaire that are fighting because they don't know each other, and then they finally find something in common, and it's the name Martha, their mother. And then you have the Winter Soldier, who is best friends with Captain America, who's best friends with Iron Man. Iron Man and the Winter Soldier, they don't get along because someone killed their parents, okay? And what I mean by that is that the Winter Soldier fucking killed Iron Man's parents, and now Iron Man is a little pissed off and wants to kill the Winter Soldier. And then they finally end up, disagreeing, I guess, or agreeing to disagree or whatever, and then they finally, come to a truce after they fight it and duke it out. Same thing happened in Batman v Superman. Exact same fucking thing. It was just, instead of Captain America being there, it was, the name Martha in Batman v Superman. So I don't understand. I don't know the difference. I don't understand, any of it. But, that's just the way it is, man. There's nothing really you can do about that. Black Panther never fought Captain America, Iron Man, or the Winter Soldier. He saved Zemo from killing himself. He did choke him out. I don't know if he actually killed him. We'll find out. I think that he choked him out, and then Ross, the director, whatever his title was, kept him inside of this prison. But it seems as if he's gonna break him out or something, man. Just don't trust that guy. And then after that, we cut to a scene at 2:14, man. Tony Stark, gets the package from Stan Lee. Tony Stark is with, War Machine. War Machine is paralyzed, but he's using some of the technology that Tony Stark has provided to make him walk again and feel more comfortable. But it's gonna take a lot of time to get back to where he's at. 2:15, man. Cap gets the FedEx message. He opens it up. It's from Captain America. It's reconciliation. He's trying to, get the Avengers back together again, but, everything has changed, man. Tony Stark has taken the Captain America shield. We don't know what the hell to call Captain America. I don't even know what to call him anymore. Everything's kind of confused, but, Bucky is with Black Panther inside of Wakanda. He's going to get his arm back, or he'll get cryogenically frozen. Who the fuck knows? No one really knows. But it is good to see that the Black Panther is protecting Wakanda like they showed us and told us about. And that's it, guys. We're out of here. Okay. At the end of the movie, what I feel is like there has been a roller coaster of a ride. I do feel like it was a great product. I do think it is a better movie than every movie inside of Phase 2 besides, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, okay? If I had to choose the movie that was best out of this franchise, I would say that the Winter Soldier is my favorite one so far. Reason why is it both of them fall short right towards the end. And what I mean by that is, and I'll go into more detail, but both of them fall short. You know what I'm saying? The first Avenger was definitely my favorite movie before Winter Soldier came out. But Winter Soldier had something, because it had, the conspiracy and a lot of stuff like that. This one was still cool because of the, Manchurian Candidate sort of vibe to it. But just a little bit too much, playful attitude for me, man. But I'm not going to hold that against it. It's not going to go against the rating or nothing like that. But I can't give it a perfect 10 out of 10 star rating because of the beginning of the movie with all the different things that happen, people surviving and living, with ridiculous stuff happening to them, and we're talking about just the normal human characters, okay? There's just no way that some of the stuff that happened, would have kept those characters alive, man. Just no, there's no way in hell, man. It's impossible. It's impossible. It just doesn't make any sense. It's impossible. I'm not even gonna get into it anymore, but it's impossible for that to happen. It can't happen, man. All right. But yeah, the rating that I give the movie is going to be a 9 out of 10 star rating. What brought it up for me was, the way that they still allowed, the Wakanda civilization to be presented correctly. I didn't like the fact that there was no risk. Someone was supposed to die during this movie, and no one died. Okay, so once again, we go into another movie that nothing's happened. There's been no risk, man, out of this, man, and it's still an enjoyable movie. But I mean, as far as me rewatching it, there's no reason for me to rewatch it. It's a zero rewatchability factor for me. There's nothing in it. There's no substance. There's no meat. There was really cool fight scenes and stuff, but we've seen it all. We've seen it on the trailers. You can go and download the trailers and watch them over again. You're not missing anything. I promise you that. And that's just the fact of the matter, man. It's not to say that Marvel's doing anything wrong. They're doing Marvel, man. They're playing safe. There's no risk. No one died. Captain America's still alive. Iron Man's still alive. Bucky's still fucking alive. He has his arm chopped off. Captain America, with all his strength, laid down the smackdown on Iron Man, and nothing happened. The reactor went off and nothing exploded. I mean, it's just, I don't know, man. There's so many different things that I just didn't understand here. Like I don't get it. I don't get it at all, man. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. But I mean, I hope that you guys go check it out. It's not going to take away from the movie or not like that. It's definitely worth a watch at least one time, man. That's it, man. I'm going to put all these different podcasts and stuff together, man. I have an ultimate Captain America review, and then I'm going to be talking about Captain America and Batman vs Superman later on too. So check that out, man, guys. Comment on the video. Remember, we're giving away some Captain America stuff and some Marvel stuff, man. So make sure you comment and stuff like that, and good luck to you guys, man. I'm out of here, guys. Let me know what you thought about Captain America Civil War. That's it.